Welcome to Coverage and Clarity with Jacques, the podcast where we break down protection, planning, and peace of mind so you can make confident decisions for the people who matter most.
Welcome to Coverage and Clarity with Jacques. This is where we slow things down, remove the confusion, and focus on what truly matters, protecting the people you love with clarity, confidence, and purpose. Let me start with a question, one that may feel a little uncomfortable, but it's necessary. If something happened to you tomorrow, what would your legacy look like? Not just emotionally, but financially. Would your loved ones be supported or stressed? Would they have the ability to grieve properly or be forced into immediate financial decisions just to stay afloat? Take a moment and really sit with that, because the truth is, most families don't think about this until it's too late. And when that moment comes, it doesn't come with a warning. Today's conversation is not about selling a policy. It's about overwhelming you with numbers or technical terms. It's about something much deeper. It's about what you leave behind and how that impacts the people you love most. Because whether we plan for it or not, we are all going to leave something behind. The real question is, will it be a burden or a blessing? When people hear the word legacy, they often picture wealth. They think of large estates, investments, assets passed down through generations. But let's bring it into real life. Legacy is not reserved for the wealthy. Legacy is about responsibility. It's about love and action. Legacy is not about how much money you have. It's about the decisions you make with what you have. Legacy is about responsibility. It's about love, expressed through preparation. Your legacy shows up in very practical ways. Making sure your family isn't left with unpaid debt, ensuring final expenses are handled with dignity, providing stability during a time of emotional disruption, giving your loved ones time and space to grieve without financial pressure. Because when someone passes, the bills don't stop. The mortgage doesn't pause. Everyday life continues, whether family is ready for it or not. Let me say this clearly. Your legacy is not what you leave to people. It's what you leave with them. And one of the most effective, accessible tools to create that kind of legacy, regardless of income level, is life insurance. It levels the playing field. It allows everyday families to create extraordinary protection. Now, I want you to picture something with me. A family just lost a loved one. They're grieving, emotionally overwhelmed, trying to process something that already feels unbearable. And then the reality sets in. Funeral expenses that can easily reach thousands of dollars, outstanding medical bills, credit cards or personal loans, mortgage or rent payments, daily living costs that don't stop. Now imagine what happens next. Instead of focusing on healing, they focus into decision-making under pressure. They start fundraisers. They're asking for help. They're making financial choices without time, without clarity, and without a plan. Now let's shift that picture with the prepared family. They have the same loss, same emotional weight, but this time there was preparation. There's a policy in place. Funds are available quickly. The financial burden is removed. Now, the family that has something with incredible value, they have time, they have space, they have breathing room. They can focus on honoring their loved ones, supporting each other, and beginning to heal the process without financial panic. You see, the true cost of being unprepared is not just financial. It's an emotional strain at the worst possible time. One of the most common things that I hear, I'm too young, I'll take care of it later. Let's address that directly. For my younger listeners in their 20s and 30s, this is actually the strongest position. You typically qualify for the lowest premiums, you have fewer health complications, you have access to more flexible options. And let's be honest, many people in this stage already carry responsibility. student loans with cosigners, credit obligations, family members who may rely on them financially. Getting coverage early is not about expecting something to happen to you. It's about locking in the protection while the opportunity is at its best. For families and working professionals, if you have a spouse, children, or shared responsibilities, your income is not just income, it's the foundation of your household stability. Life insurance becomes income replacement, debt protection, continuity for family lifestyle. Without it, everything you've built financially could be at risk. For those nearing retirement, now the priorities shift, but they do not disappear. You'll need final expense, protecting a fixed income for your spouse, leaving a financial cushion, not a burden. At every stage of life, the need may evolve, but never becomes irrelevant. So let's be clear. Age is not a strategy. Timing is everything. The best time to put coverage in place was yesterday. The best time is today. Let's reframe how we think about life insurance. Too often, life insurance is associated only with death, but in reality, it's about continuing your life for the people that you love. It ensures that life doesn't fall apart financially when something unexpectedly happens. It's at its core, life insurance provides income replacement so your family can maintain stability, debt elimination so obligations don't transfer to the loved ones, asset protection so what you've built isn't lost, flexibility and options during that difficult transition. Now, here's a simple way to think about it. Life insurance is a financial shock absorber. You don't plan for the accident, but you prepare for the impact. When the impact comes, preparation is what separates stability from crisis. Let's talk about something that holds a lot of people back, and that's waiting. Waiting sounds harmless. I'll get to it. I need more time. I'm healthy. I'm fine. But here's the truth that many people don't realize. Waiting comes with a cost. It has consequences, such as premiums increasing with age, health challenges that can limit or eliminate eligibility. Certain coverage options may no longer be available. And beyond the financial side, every day you wait, you are negotiating with the unknown. Waiting is essentially placing a bet on timing. It's saying, nothing will happen before I get to this, but life doesn't always operate on our schedule. Every day you delay, you're leaving your family exposed to uncertainty. And that's a risk most people wouldn't knowingly take if they fully understood all about it. The unknown doesn't always give us unexpected timing as we expected. Now let's clear the air for a few brief moments and stuff that holds people back. The first myth is I can't afford it. In many cases, coverage is more affordable than people think, sometimes less than what we spend on everyday conveniences. Often, it's comparable to everyday discretionary spending, but with significant greater long-term impact. Another myth, my job provides life insurance. Well, that's a great foundation, but it's usually not enough. Coverage is often limited to one or two times your salary. It may not follow you if your job changes. It rarely accounts for your full financial picture. And as when you leave the job, this coverage will not go with you. Here's another myth. I don't need it yet. The challenge that the thinking is simple. Life doesn't wait for the perfect moment, and neither should your protection. The next one, I'll get it later. Now, later often means higher costs, fewer options, more restrictions. These beliefs feels comfortable, but when it becomes more expensive and harder to qualify for, they don't protect families. Your action does. Now let's bring this into something practical and actionable. If this conversation resonates with you, here's where I want you to begin. Evaluate your current reality. Take a moment to evaluate your current situation. Who depends on your income or your support? What financial responsibilities will remain if you were gone? Identify potential gaps. Look at what would happen financially if you're no longer here. Would your family be able to maintain their lifestyle? Would debt become a burden? You need to estimate your coverage needs. Get a general idea of how much coverage you need. Now, you don't need perfection, just a starting point. Consider income replacement. How many years do you on leave of support? Debt payoffs, final expenses. Now, have a conversation with someone you trust, someone who will guide you, not pressure you. Clarity comes from understanding your options. Put a plan in place. Now, even a modest policy is better than no policy and no protection at all. Because once something is in place, you've already taken the steps to get this started. Clarity leads to confidence. Confidence leads to action. Now, let's come back to where we started. If something happened to you tomorrow, what would your legacy look like? This is not about fear. It's about love. It's about responsibility. It's about making a decision today that protects your family tomorrow. One day, your loved ones will tell your story. Make sure that your story includes how you cared for them, how you planned ahead, how you protected them even when you couldn't be there. Your life matters, your decisions matter, and your legacy, it all starts today. It begins with what you choose to do. If you'd like clarity, if you'd like to walk through these steps, step by step, I'm here to guide you through that process. Remember, I provide coverage to clients nationwide. If you'd like to contact me or the studio, you can reach me at 631 594 8118. Once again, that's 631 594 8118. Thank you for taking time with me today. And as always, this is Coverage and Clarity with Jacques. We're here to make complex simple, help you move forward with confidence. Until next time, take care.